very high-tech, and this warlike store that White Knight Corps is confirming only adds to this view that this group has recently infiltrated from the Manavar Tavi river in that particular area, and they wanted to carry out a big attack against an army installation, but they were thwarted only after they fired on the army vehicle, including an ambulance. Now that these three have been killed, all recoveries made from them are being analyzed to understand whether there are more people part of their group. The intelligence input seems to suggest that at least 15 terrorists could be active in this area. 3 terrorists have been killed in the Akhnur encounter. If you recall, yesterday morning at about 7:25 a.m., Monday morning at about 7:25 a.m. at the Shiv.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. At the outset, a Shubh Dhanteras to all our viewers. Let's get on with this Tuesday edition, ladies and gentlemen. Our top focus is the battle for Maharashtra. Voting for the 288-member Maharashtra Assembly will take place on the 20th of November, and the results will be declared on the 23rd. NCP Ajit Pawar faction has fielded Nawab Malik from Mankhurd Shivajinagar Assembly constituency. The Shiv Sena, led by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, released its third list of 15 candidates on Monday evening, that's the 28th of October, just ahead of the nomination deadline for the Assembly elections on November 20th. Now, this list includes the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson Shaina NC and Sanjana Jadhav, daughter of former Union Minister and BJP leader Rao Sahib Danwe. Shaina NC will be running from the Mumbai Devi constituency in Mumbai, where her main opponent is the incumbent Congress MLA Amin Patel. The most spectacular contest will be in Baramati, where Ajit Pawar will be facing Sharad Pawar's grandson Yogendra Pawar. The second most interesting battle will be in Kopri, Panchpakhari, seat of Thane, where Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be facing Kedar Dighe, the nephew of his political guru Anand Dighe. Kedar Dighe has been fielded by the Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena. Stage is all set for high-stakes battle in Mumbai's Worli Assembly constituency, as Rajya Sabha member Milind Deora of the ruling Shiv Sena filed his nomination earlier in the day and will be taking on sitting MLA Aditya Thackeray of the Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Sena. The fights are interesting. In fact, there could be a friendly fight even in Mankhurd, where NCP has fielded this person, Nawab Malik, who's been alleged to have dealings, and there have been huge amounts of controversy in the past. He's called Prime Minister Narendra Modi a lot of names. He's taken a very strong position against also personal attack against Mrs. Fadnavis, the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis's wife, the current Deputy Chief Minister's wife. He has taken pot shots, personal pot shots. And amidst all of this, him getting a ticket and him also wanting to file his nomination papers. Yes, there is time for withdrawal of nominations. Only one candidate may feature from the UT. There is a lot of tussle, and some of these seats are still not settled, with probable candidates, all of them going ahead and filing nominations. And this is not unique only to the Mahayuti. There is also still a lot of difference and a lot of question mark up in the air as far as the Mahavikas Aghadi is concerned. Now, the India bloc seat sharing formula. Congress will fight on 102 seats, UBT Sena and NCP Sharad Pawar to fight on 87 seats each. The deadline for the nominations has ended, but it is still unclear on who has filed the nomination from 12 seats, because this totals up to 276. The total number is 288. And in those 12 seats, Samajwadi Party has declared its 5 candidates, 2 candidates from the CPI and 5 seats from the Peasant and Workers Party. So that's how the remaining 12 seats seem to be distributed, but who's going to contest from where? It's not yet. It's a little up in the air yet. In the NDA or the Mahayuti, the BJP will be fighting on 152 seats, Shinde Sena on 80 seats, the NCP Sharad Pawar as of now on 51 seats. Now that totals up to about 283, ladies and gentlemen, and there is still not clarity enough on 4 seats or 5 seats. Now ideally that should be 152, 80 and 52, but there is still a huge question mark on that Mankhurd seat also. Which way is that going also? Now it's still unclear on which candidate will be fielded in about 4 seats, 4 or 5 seats, let's say, in that entire equation, so that it totals up to 288. Let's listen into some of the reactions before we get into this entire debate on whether the Maharashtra election currently, 1, is too close to call, 2, it's bereft of any political ideology or position that would be taken, whereas, and anybody and everybody who seems to have a semblance of winnability will get a ticket. Are both sides so desperate for wins?
I think what we have to fight against, which goes beyond a local battle, is to ensure that this speed breaker politics has to come to an end. Opposing things for the sake of opposing is not good politics. That's something we have to fight against.
महाराष्ट्रामध्ये महायुतीचं सरकार येईल. आमचे ते सगळे घटक पक्ष या ठिकाणी महायुतीचं सरकार आणतील.
हमारी लड़ाई बीजेपी के साथ है, हमारी लड़ाई किसी एक व्यक्ति के साथ नहीं. मुझे नहीं लगता ये पवार वर्सेस पवार है, ये एनसीपी महाराष्ट्र वर्सेस बीजेपी अदृश्य शक्ति है.
Charu Pragya, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Anish Gawande, spokesperson of the NCP. Sharad Pawar with us. Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde group or the with us. We should have Rashid Kidwai also joining us. Namaste and Jai Hind to everybody and Shubh Dhanteras. It's the festive season. Plenty of festivities all around. But which way will luck roll? Which way will the ball turn? Now, all of these are questions that are being asked by everyone. So let me first ask Anish. What's your thought process? Why are these 12 seats still unsettled? Are we going to witness a lot of friendly fights even within the Aghadi?
Anand, firstly, thank you so much for having me on your show. It's my first time here and it's very lovely to see Charu and others who are very dear friends on the show as well.
Yeah, Anish, within 2 weeks, you also had switched camps. So it took me also by surprise, I must say that. But you're welcome on the right side. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very, very much. No, so, I think this has been an unprecedented election, right, Anand? I think there's no denying that in many ways this has been an election with a very large number of defections, a very large number of people switching sides. As to whether or not those 12 seats are going to be contested on friendly fights, only the 9th of November will tell. I think it'll be a silly thing on my part to pull something out of a drawing hat.
I'm just curious. I have to ask you, and I know I'm going beyond my brief a bit. Allow me to stretch it a bit. Where is your vote? Is your vote in Worli?
My vote is in Mahim, thankfully.
So you're safe there, aren't you?
Where the lovely candidate from the Shiv Sena has filed 2 nominations, one as an independent and one as a Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde candidate. So, this is a rough and tumble election. But I think the reality is that this is an ideological fight. This is a fight about the party's ideologies and whether or not people believe in them and a show of strength. And it's a question of which alliance delivers on governance better. You've got the people of Maharashtra who've seen 2.5 years of the Mahayuti's government. They've seen 2.5 years of the Mahavikas Aghadi's government. And now the ball is very literally in their courts. But all in all, a very messy election.
But it cannot be, you can't even call it an ideological fight. It's not. It's somewhere personal because there is no ideology on either side. Because there are ideological clashes or ideological opposites and poles apart on either side, be it the Mahayuti or the Mahavikas Aghadi. See, you are saved that you don't have your vote in Worli. Otherwise, I would have asked you, who are you going to vote for? Because it would have been a conundrum. See, this is something which many people are going to face. You worked very closely with one of the candidates. And you are now batting for
Milind remains a dear friend.
Yeah, so, I didn't take the name, you took the name. But,
I've taken the name multiple times.
And now you are batting from the other side. This team ka palti itna sab kuch ho raha hai, sir. So let me just take this forward. Krishna Hegde ji, are you going to get confused on if people working close to Neta, cadre are going to be so confused? How confused is the voter going to be? Is there an effort to try and keep singular symbols in certain constituencies? Is that a concerted strategy that China NC is fighting under the Eknath Shinde or the bow and arrow, even though she is a member of the BJP, so that there aren't multiple symbols and there is one single symbol? Is that an effort? Then what is happening in Mankhurd? आपकी पार्टी ने भी कैंडिडेट फील्ड किया, अभी नवाब मलिक ने भी नॉमिनेशन भर दिया. What's happening there?
Anand, first let me tell you that there is no confusion at all. The Shiv Sena and the Bharatiya Janata Party are together since 1987 and we are ideologically together. Now it is the NCP which has broken and Ajit Pawar has come with us, considering that he is accepting Narendra Modi ji as our leader, as our Prime Minister, and therefore in the Lok Sabha elections also he was with us, and Sharad Pawar Shah was on the other side. Let me also tell you regarding Nawab Malik. Devendra Fadnavis ji had shown opposition to him. He wrote an open letter about the induction of Nawab Malik ji into the Mahayuti. Nawab Malik has now claimed that he's got the AB from the Ajit Pawar faction. But however, the official candidate right now in that seat, that is the Mankhurd Shivaji Nagar seat, is Suresh Patil, who is an ex-corporator from our party, and he is the official candidate, and both the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Shiv Sena will be backing Suresh Patil. Thirdly, let me also tell you that Sana Malik, who is the daughter of Nawab Malik, is fighting from the Anushakti Nagar constituency, which is his traditional constituency, and therefore she is fighting from the constituency. There is no confusion at all. The confusion lies with the Mahavikas Agadi, where Sachin Sawant and Kishan Chand Tanwani, both who got tickets from the Mahavikas Agadi and got AB forms, have refused to fight from Sambhaji Nagar and Andheri West seat respectively, saying very clearly that we are not going to win the election and therefore we do not want to contest after getting the ticket. And therefore it is very clear that for the work done by the Mahayuti government in the last 2.5 years, all the welfare schemes, the infrastructure, the industry, and every sector, whether it's the farmers, the Marathas or the OBC reservation, we are going to romp back into power with 200 out of the 288 seats.
So there is no confusion in Mankhurd? I was given to understand that Eknath Shinde faction and Nawab Malik, so both of them have filed their nomination.
No. See, the last date of withdrawal is the 4th of November, not the 9th of November, as Anand said. But let me also say that Nawab Malik has just filed his nomination. We will be speaking to Ajit Dada. We'll sort this matter out. Doodh ka doodh aur pani ka pani ho jayega. There are 4 days left for this.
नहीं, sort the matter out यानी क्या होगा? पहले ही मालूम था सीट आपकी है, तो फिर नॉमिनेशन क्यों फाइल किया? कल तक तो नवाब मलिक was not even talking about his own nomination. He said कि मेरी बेटी लड़ रही है, उससे बड़ी बात एक बाप के लिए क्या हो सकती है? और आज अचानक ये गुगली आ गई. So clearly all is not well like you are trying to portray it, na sir?
Anand, we know how to swing these googlies around the park, so there is no issue at all. And therefore, let me tell you, his daughter is our official candidate, and Suresh Patil is the official candidate from that constituency, and there is no confusion.
No, daughter is the official candidate from Anushakti Nagar. This is Mankhurd, no?
Mankhurd is Suresh Patil. Suresh Patil is the official candidate from Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde, and the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Oh, so then if Nawab Malik decides to fight, then what happens? Why has he filed his nomination then, if that's the case? So clearly all is not well, na?
No, we will speak to Nawab Bhai why he has filed a nomination. If he has to withdraw his nomination, he'll withdraw his nomination. If he does not want to withdraw his nomination, he will have a fight there. Let us see who will win.
So then clearly all is not well. Let me just
Anand, let me tell you one thing. At least people are asking for our tickets and wanting to fight the elections. From their side, people who have got the tickets are also not wanting to fight the elections.
Sir, लेकिन friendly fight में कभी-कभी अपने को ही चोट लगती है. तो ये भी आपको समझना चाहिए. फायदा दूसरे का होता है.
वहाँ पर भी हम हेलीकॉप्टर शॉट खेल लेंगे, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
सर, कॉन्फिडेंस अच्छा है, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस अच्छा नहीं है. लोकसभा और हरियाणा ये दोनों पालों को सिखा दिया है. आप भी मानते हैं. So
I'll give the statistics also if you want.
Huh?
I'll give the statistics also if you want. The difference between us and the Mahavikas Agadi was 0.3% of votes,
sir,
and it was only 2.60 lakh votes. So
Rashid Kidwai ji is with us. He always says those who give vote share, that's the loser's philosophy, because it's first past the post and it's the number of seats that count. Now I'm just going to take this to Charu Pragya and then go across to Rashid Kidwai. Charu Pragya, ये तो बीजेपी सच में वॉशिंग मशीन है ना. दाऊद लिंक, ईडी, arrests, corruption, and what all he said about PM Narendra Modi and also Mrs. Fadnavis. And still.
Anand, good evening, and good evening to everyone on the panel as well. Sensationalism की बात नहीं है, the way you're trying to put it, but the fact is that there is no such thing as a friendly fight in elections, and those who are pretending they're in the middle of a friendly fight, no such thing exists. In BJP, our fraction of the Shiv Sena and our fraction of the NCP, one thing is clear, we are led by hard work and discipline. So when we say that we are going to form the government in Maharashtra, it is not said out of arrogance or overconfidence. It is said because we are working on the ground and our efforts are going to match the results. And that's the truth of it. See, we have seen, in spite of so much negative conversation around Lok Sabha results, the truth is, it is a Narendra Modi government third time in a row, and this is the only government in the entire world which has been repeated for a third time in a democratic country since World War II. So even though the opposition wants to downplay this, they want to talk about their 99 seats again and again, the fact is, it is a BJP-led government in power. For Maharashtra, yes, the citizens have seen both sides of governance. They have seen how it is to be led by the BJP Shiv Sena and how it is to be led by the other fraction. They were the ones who stalled projects. The bullet train got stalled. The industries got stalled. There was so much outrage everywhere. लेकिन रिजल्ट तो कुछ नहीं था ना. लेकिन जब हमारी power वापस आई, we saw deliverance, whether it is in the name of infrastructure, the bridges.
I don't have such acumen to understand your very, very detailed arguments and very, very highly erudite arguments, Charu Pragya. I'm a very simple voter. हम ये पूछेंगे धनुष बाण किसने तोड़ा, घड़ी की बैटरी किसने निकाली, एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आपने जिनको करप्ट कहा वो अब आपके पाले में बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, तो व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन? And if all is well, then why are two candidates fighting from the same constituency?
Right. Thank you for your question. Now, in a state with hundreds of seats, you're only talking about one constituency. So remember that. Another thing is we still have 4 days to go. Whatever it is, at the end of the day, it is not unheard of that on a seat or two, some deflection can happen. It's a free country. Everybody is allowed to contest. Jiska man kare, wo contest kar sakta as an independent. The second thing is, yes, there was a lot of confusion about symbols during Lok Sabha elections as well. But let's remember that after 2019, where BJP-led government got a clear majority in the state of Maharashtra in the Vidhan Sabha elections, this is the first election that's happening. I believe that then the citizens stood with BJP and Modi ji, and I believe that this time also the citizens stand with BJP and Modi ji, and the result will show it. The fact is, if it is an ideological fight, then here is a party which has never changed its ideology, which has never said that our basic motto of delivering good governance is changing. But बाकी तरफ तो सब कुछ बदल जा रहा है.
You can talk about good governance, but please don't talk about ideology, especially with respect to Maharashtra. The entire root seed, see the root seed, your parent body, it found its birth in Maharashtra. The RSS headquarters is in Maharashtra. The whole concept of Hindutva emerged out of Maharashtra. So much so that despite MS Golwalkar or Dr. Ji and, so I beg your pardon, even before that, Dr. Ji and this one not seeing eye to eye Veer Savarkar, you still come back and said we accept what Savarkar's definition of Hindu is, and that's what we would like to go. All of this has happened from Maharashtra. And today you have got with those, you're in alliance with those people who've got nothing to do with Hindutva, nothing to do with the RSS's or the BJP's core ideology. So you have sacrificed your ideology. Former Adarsh scam accused are part of your party now. Former irrigation scam accused are part of your party now. You had a very strong position against corruption. You've diluted that. But I'm not saying that this problem is there only with Mahayuti. It's also there with the Mahavikas Aghadi. Anish, I'll tell you what, no matter how many messages you show, for every one message that you show, there will be 3 messages that will come back at you. That's the unique situation that Maharashtra is in. Every party is in Maharashtra.
I have to show one piece. I have to show one article, which is Devendra Fadnavis's open letter in December against Nawab Malik.
Then, sir, I have some 6 letters and 50 comments of what Mr. Sharad Pawar had said about Balasaheb Thackeray, vice versa, etc., etc., etc. It's a long list of etceteras. So I don't want to get into that.
Can I just say one very important thing, please?
Yes, please.
Because we are talking about ideology. let me tell you the difference between our alliance and that of the opposition. In our alliance, to be a part of it, you have to join our ideology. Our ideology is not going to get diluted. So anybody who comes from the opposite side is going to speak the language that Modi ji is speaking at the center, that every Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakarta is speaking in every corner of the country. On the other side, however, it is the ideology which gets diluted. हम वीर सावरकर तब भी बोलते थे, हम आज भी बोलते हैं, but what has happened to Uddhav ji? He has completely changed his tone.
He has not changed his position on Savarkar. I will see. One aspect, Uddhav Thackeray and Aditya Thackeray have not changed their position on Savarkar. But Ajit Dada Pawar had a position to say where he said, I'm going to give 10% of our seats to Muslims. That he said, which is again deviating from the line of what Eknath Shinde or Devendra Fadnavis have said in Maharashtra. So these differences are there on both sides. Let's accept this. Let's not try and be in denial. But रशीद कितवाई, एक कहावत है हमारे कि शादी का लड्डू है ना उगले बनता है ना निगले बनता है. अब ये लड्डू जो है दोनों तरफ अटका हुआ लग रहा है क्योंकि दोनों के पाले में ऐसे ऐसे लोग हैं. देयर आर सच कैंडिडेट्स जो ना उगले बनते हैं ना निगले बनते हैं. ट्रू और फॉल्स. नाउ इन दिस केस व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन इन महाराष्ट्र?
Absolutely, Anand, you are absolutely right. There is a complete absence of ideology as far as the elections or positioning in Maharashtra are concerned. There is a lot of confusion. I think in this election, what the outcome is going to determine that which is a real Shiv Sena and which is a real NCP. So they're going to be a loser and they're going to be a winner, even if there is going to be another set of Khichdi Sarkar. So in that term, it has happened. You see, if a national security, if corruption in high places, if that is not a potent issue for a political party, then that political party cannot claim to be having some kind of, ideological sharpness or ideological edge. And that is long and short of political parties in Maharashtra, particularly in terms of BJP. The BJP must admit that we have allies which are not ideologically compatible with us. But the BJP would not want to say that because that is a position that would tell them that
what should the Congress admit?
Only a vehicle to win elections.
Let me ask you, what should the Congress admit? That the 87 seats that they are contesting, perhaps is that the biggest black hole? Will this be a Bihar repeat?
Yes, the Congress also has, but Congress says that Shiv Sena was not part of, even when it was part of Balasaheb Thackeray, it was not part of Sangh Parivar, it was not part of the BJP, RSS, Bharatiya Janata Party ideology. Absence of ideology has been a hallmark of Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena during Thackeray's time was also
what the Congress party has had to say about the Shiv Sena and what the Shiv Sena has to say about the Congress party, it's a litany of comments which, sir, by the time I download my computer will get overheated. So what I am asking you very clearly is, in these 87 seats, is this the biggest black hole that the Congress party is now creating in the Mahavikas Aghadi? Is the Congress the weakest link in the MVA post Haryana?
Not really, Anand. I think if you look at the Lok Sabha performance, the Congress was a #1 political party.
So who's the weakest link in the MVA?
So it was the strongest actually link in MVA.
It was. I am saying post Haryana.
It is not taking claim on the BJP on the chief ministerial post also.
जी मैंने क्या पूछा? मैंने लोकसभा के बाद पूछा ही नहीं. मैंने पूछा कि हरियाणा के बाद who's the weakest link? Is Congress the weakest link in the MVA now post Haryana? That's what I asked you.
No, but that is, I think we are prejudging. I think the outcome will determine if Congress indeed.
No, but who is? देखिए 102. See, Congress is 102 seats of the Congress party. Is this the biggest whole? 87 seats for the UBT and 87 seats for the Sharad Pawar NCP. I am asking you, is the 102 the biggest whole? Does Congress deserve to lead in 102 seats in Maharashtra post Haryana?
I think after Haryana, Anand, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress are very keen to defeat the BJP at any cost, even if it means making some sacrifices.
So then who should have been contesting in 100 seats, sir? Congress or the UBT and SP? When I say the NCP, Sharad Pawar, why? I'm just asking you. Direct fight में Congress का strike rate क्या है with the BJP? Be it Lok Sabha or be it Haryana. Do regional parties have a better strike rate against the BJP, or does the Congress have a better strike rate?
So that's a conventional line of thinking. But in Lok
Sir,
Sabha, it shows differently.
this is not a figment of my imagination. It's purely borne out by statistics. Correct? Now, if I start reading out the statistics, you're saying you're deliberately coming with an agenda against. I'm not
No,
getting.
I'm
into
saying
those
you're
numbers.
right. I'm saying you're right.
So
but
then
political
who should be
parties-
contesting that?
No,
Don't
it
you
is-
think?
if
Don't
the
you think?
idea is to
Don't you
defeat-
think Anish Gawande, if he's made a conscious choice of joining the NCP SP, that means he believes that they have a better chance. He didn't go and join the Congress party. So don't you think they
then
merit?
problem
And
is
who's the
you
biggest
are
name in
taking a
Maharashtra politics?
ideological- you are taking a
And
principled
is it
stand.
Sharad Pawar or is it, with due respect, Nana Patole?
Anand, it's very simple. Political parties don't stand on principles or prestige or kind of stand that you are taking in this program. They are far more pragmatic. If the idea is to get BJP and BJP Shiv Sena defeated, they'll go anyway.
Is the seat sharing arrangement a pragmatic seat sharing arrangement? Krishna Hegadeji, is
I
the
would
seat
say yes.
sharing? Let me ask you, is the seat sharing arrangement a pragmatic arrangement? The Congress was the number 3 party in 2019 when the elections happened in Maharashtra. Right? It was a number 3. It was far behind. Number 3 being number 4. Far behind. Okay. Lok Sabha 2024, the tone changes. But then you get knocked back in Haryana. BJP single-handedly defeated the Congress. They didn't even need an alliance. Now in Maharashtra, you are saying the regional Chhatrap should fight in 87 seats, but the Congress deserves 102 on what winnability? 2019 ka winnability or the Lok Sabha convergence in 2024? There again. How does it
Anand,
translate to 102 seats? Krishna Hegadeji.
Anand, I will give you just 2 examples. One, Rashid Bhai said that we don't have an ideology. The Shiv Sena was formed under just 2 ideologies. In 1966, where Shiv Sena was formed, it was fighting for the sons of soil. And 1987, it was Hindutva. In fact, the first case on Hindutva is against my own family member in the entire India. And that is where the slogan Garv se kaho hum Hindu hai, and Bala Sahib giving all the strong speeches across Maharashtra. And this is the same Bala Sahib who said, Hindu Hriday Samrat Sammanya Bala Sahib Thackeray ji said, जो दिन मुझे कांग्रेस के साथ हाथ मिलाना पड़े मैं मेरी दुकान बंद कर दूंगा. And Congress, which had 1 Lok Sabha member in Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray ji in 2019, when he was with BJP and Shiv Sena, and went to the voters and asked for votes and won the election, went to the Congress just for power, and जो कांग्रेस की दुकान बंद हुई थी महाराष्ट्र में, उसको उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने खोल के रख दिया. So this is Uddhav Thackeray ji for you with the shift of ideology. Secondly, let me tell you that even in Mahavikas Agadi, you said that why Congress has got more seats. No, I don't actually know why Congress has got more seats. Basically, they are in a disarray. They don't know whom to fight where. See, we have been accommodative with the BJP, the NCP. Ajit Pawar has been accommodative with us. And we realize that BJP is the bigger brother in Maharashtra. They had 105 MLAs and today they are fighting in 150 odd seats. We had 40 MLAs and we are fighting in close to 80 seats. And Ajit Pawar had another 40 MLAs, but he is fighting in only 56 seats. So it's a give and take between us where we say that, okay, you are the bigger brother and we accept that you are the bigger brother and we've given you, the seats. Thirdly, the policy paralysis in Uddhav Thackeray government, where contractors' money was taken from there, all the infrastructure work, whether the Atal Setu, the metro,
policy paralysis
was shut.
Policy paralysis, corruption.
A Facebook Live government. Facebook Live government.
Policy. उस वक्त Uddhav Thackeray was also ill. So and bulk of their period was also at the time when COVID happened, and COVID set everything in disarray. So yeah, there may be arguments about his governance pattern, but there are some other realities. But what I am trying to say is, sir, policy paralysis, corruption, loyalty. ये 3 बात कोई भी पार्टी बीजेपी महाराष्ट्र में कहे तो इट लुक्स लाइक उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे. उसके आगे कुछ भी. एंड थर्ड इज द अदर थिंग इज आइडियोलॉजी. सो ये these 3-4 planks, if you come and start playing, then I will have to. I will not say that sorry, I am not going to bowl these dibbly-dobblies that you can hit. I am going to continue to keep attacking because this none of the parties should talk about, because all these principles and all these thought processes have been thrown out of the window.
Half a second.
Okay, ji.
Commonwealth, Koila, 2G, 3G, Kafan, helicopter, and you name it. Since 2014, because of all this, they have never even come back to power anywhere.
इनमें से कितने लोग जिनके ऊपर आपने आरोप लगाए जेल में गए? how many of them have been convicted and how many cases have been completed, the prosecution has done its job and put them behind bars. That's when I will believe you've truly acted on corruption. Voter vote deta hai, nahi deta, that's not the judgment on corruption. Whether when you make an allegation and if you have taken them apart and if you have taken them to task and if you put them behind bars and you convict them, that's what. यहाँ तो लोग 9-9 साल से बाहर बेल में घूम रहे सर, कोई कुछ नहीं किया है. और जिनको जेल में डाला था उनको तो आज टिकट दे रहे हो.
See, that is the issue of the judiciary. We are not telling them give them bail, or we are not telling them give them payroll.
No, sir.
Give them,
burden of proof lies on the prosecution. Prosecution works on behalf of the government. The job of the enforcement agencies is to collect evidence that is provable on the court of law, and that's how you prosecute them. If you have not done it for 10 years, don't make the allegation. And if you are going to co-opt them into your party and then the cases are going to be on a slow burn, then till the time you are in your party, then that's politics. That's not policy.
They are making against us. I'm just showing them.
No, not against you. I'm just saying you're part of a yuti. So credit मिलेगा तो सबको मिलेगा, blame मिलेगा तो सबको मिलेगा. I have to wind up. All the best to all the parties.
Anand, give me 10 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds. 1 second. Okay, 10 seconds. Yes.
I am not talking of imaginary scenarios. The ground realities in the newest MLC elections, the ones which happened just now, our fraction got 133 votes, which is 20 more than our people. So let's remember, this is the latest data and this is indicative of the results
Well,
in a couple of months.
fingers crossed. Like I said, it's festival.